right? Nobody that he ever has on this panel to me is on the same intellectual spectrum as Anton. So Anton Daniels is one of those people that I used to like and I used to watch, often because he came off as a free thinker to me, right? And to me, that's what he used to be. That's what he used to be. But nowadays, I feel like Anton has become a Trump bootlicker, right? I think the way that he presents facts, the way that he presents material, he presents it in a way that Trump can't do no wrong. And from a person who actually voted for Trump, I don't believe that Trump can't do any wrong. Right. I believe that Trump isn't above reproach. I think there's a lot of things this administration is doing wrong. I think there's a lot of things that this administration is trying to do illegally. I think there's a lot of things that, quite frankly, over these past 2 weeks that they can be criticized on. But it seems as though now, especially after he did his, Fox News, snippet, he just everything that Trump does is right, everything that Elon does is right, and he just, he's licking ass. He's licking boots, right? And we got to start calling people out. I don't care how big he is, I don't care how much money he has. We got to start calling people out for this bull crap. So let's go ahead and get into this video. This video, they're talking about Trump tariffs. They're talking about different things that Trump has signed into executive order. But let's jump into it.
He wants.
No, they gave in to some of his demands.
Yes.
Which is why he gave him a 30-day extension. And one of his demands was to stop the flow of drugs over the border and to allocate more resources on their side, not only when it comes to troops with actual real money, to make sure that they prevent illegal migrants, cartels, drugs, fentanyl, and everything from flowing over into the border. And so that was one of the concerns. He told them if they didn't get themselves together, he was going to put 25% tariffs on them. They did. And so that's why he gave them all 1 month extension. So it's clearly working. Not only did he do that, he said that he was going to levy tariffs against Colombia if they didn't take their people back because they was rejecting their illegal migrants that they was deporting back to their country. And so now they accepting theirs. He got hostages back from Venezuela, at least 6 American hostages back from Venezuela. And now they're accepting their people back if they didn't take their tariffs. So obviously it's working. It's clearly working. And all of the people that was criticizing, saying, oh, no, it wouldn't work. See, this is going to happen. Immediately, they all bent the knee and they all started to subject themselves to what he said that he wanted them to do. Or they can crash the economy.
So the jobs are coming back, right?
He's only been in office 2 weeks.
No. So think about it, right, Anton? He got 10,000.
Anton don't like people challenging him. If you guys have never watched any of his shows, if you guys have never watched any of these debate panels, Anton don't like it when people challenge him. But this guy right here, I believe, Fatty, right? He challenged him, but I'm gonna let him continue.
1,000 Mexican troops to patrol the border to stop drugs. It's like me going to, like, imagine I'm a chicken, right? And there's dogs or wolves. And the wolves promise that they are going to deploy 10 other wolves to make sure the chicken are safe. It makes no sense. They are going to eat the chicken. The Mexican government is extremely corrupt, is run by cartels. You put 10,000 troops. Their guardian is the loonies literally patrolling the asylum. They are going to be bribed. They are going to be bought. I can still threaten your family, and it's still good to go. You are telling a corrupt country and a corrupt government to control their borders when we literally know the cartels run shit, and those troops are not going to comply because they're going to be bribed. American troops should be there, not Mexican troops, if you all tell that Mexico is run by cartels. And respectfully,
he's
right?
also already...
And he's right. He's right. The Mexican government is very corrupt. Right? The troops, the soldiers, everybody's tied in with the cartel. The cartel, they're their own entity, right? And they've been their own entity for decades now. We're talking about probably 50 years plus at this point, right? Nobody gets into the office without cartel say so. Nobody rises to power without cartel say so. And the US government is aware of this. And the US government knows this. And we're gonna let him continue. We're gonna let him cook a little bit more.
They deployed American troops to the border also, in addition to requiring Mexicans to patrol their own borders also. So it doesn't mean that we're not still remaining vigilant. We've already started sending at least 1,500 troops to the border, and we're going to deploy up to 10,000 ourselves. So what are you talking about?
I'm saying, so there's not a win. Is to
How
save
is it not a
face.
win? In order for us, we have a fentanyl crisis inside of the United States of America. We have more drugs flowing through here than ever
Yes.
before. How is it not a win to prevent illegal
So let
migrants
me explain this.
and
So
stop
actually,
drugs from coming over into the United States of America?
I got you, Anton. The CIA and the American government flood the streets with cocaine, crack cocaine, and they didn't give a fuck about it. All of a sudden,
I hate all that little passive aggressive little looks that he be doing. Like, Anton, please stop it. That's whole shit. That's whole shit. Sit up straight, right? Correct your posture, right? Let the man cook, let the man talk, show respect to another man giving you what you may feel is his opinion. All that whole shit that you doing with all the facial expressions and all that passive aggressive shit, that's what hoes do. Let the women do that. You see some of the women, most of the women probably sitting there with a straight face. They letting them cook, right? They letting them get it off his chest. But you, of course, because it's your platform, because you the money man, right? Because you Mr. Clout man, you gotta sit up there. Like, bro, sit up, correct your posture, right? Let the man talk, let the man cook. See, this is what people do who they don't want to be wrong, right? They feel like everything that they say is right. They got an echo chamber full of normies and people who don't know, they uninformed too, right? You got this whole echo chamber and nobody's really telling you that you're wrong. Nobody's really challenging you that you're wrong, right? Nobody that he ever has on this panel to me is on the same intellectual spectrum as Anton, right? But we're gonna get into that much later. Let's let him cook.
when
That
their
was the
white
80s
people
and
are
the
being
70s.
now all of a sudden when their white people are being affected because they are cutting their cocaine with fentanyl, is we have to do something, we have to stop it. They are complicit. If you notice, the part of the deal that America literally decided to actually cave was, we are not going to sell guns to the cartels anymore. Who are these people that are selling guns to the cartel? Are they going to be arrested? Is Donald Trump going to go to the American war complex and says, "Hey, fellas, we know that you guys are smuggling shit to Mexico. All of you are going to jail because you are traitors. You are literally
Literally.
sending
Yeah.
guns to the cartel. The
Yeah.
cartel is using guns to threaten Mexicans, and then Mexicans are fleeing to the United States."
And it's facts. I forgot who I was watching. I believe it was Joe Rogan or somebody. But what they had a friend, right? A powerful friend. I believe it was Joe Rogan, but they said that they were purchasing US weapons, right? US weapons of mass destruction. They said they were purchasing US weapons, US military grade weapons from Mexican cartel. And he was wondering, like, how in the world are these guys getting these weapons? There are US companies, right? Companies that should have US interest who are selling weapons, right? Military grade weapons to cartel members, to mafias and international organized crime groups. This is happening. But we're gonna let him cook. This stuff that he's saying is factual, but let's let him cook.
So you guys are creating the problem. Is anybody
No,
going to talk about that? Anybody
no,
going to
no.
say, what
And
is this
again,
with them?
within 2 weeks, he already signed an executive order designating the cartel as terrorist
And
organization.
then Anton attack what he's saying. Bro, nobody. Okay, you're talking about what has literally happened. Yes, Trump has signed in. He signed the executive orders, but you're missing what he's saying in its totality, right? Tackle the points, Anton. Talk about what he is talking about, Anton. But we're gonna let him cook some more before I.
Organizations in order to root them out in the first place. And so I don't really understand what you're saying.
So
What don't you understand, Anton? Aren't you the one that's doing your research? Aren't you the one that's supposed to be knowledgeable on these issues?
he's going to go after the American manufacturer of guns that are selling guns to the cartel, right? He's going to criminalize them.
Again, you're moving the goalposts.
No, I'm asking
Again.
you a question.
No, every time. Listen, every time that I say a fact, for example, I address the whole border issue with him also sending troops to the border ourselves. You then moved on to something else, and then you moved on to something else.
No, he didn't, Anton. No, this is a person who don't like to be right. I mean, this is a person that doesn't like to be wrong. He's not moving a goalpost, Anton. He's talking about something that is bigger than just Trump signing executive orders. Do you not understand that everybody is tied in? All of these politicians are tied in. All of these U.S. arms group are tied in. The whole military industrial complex is tied in. All of this stuff is a facade, Anton. Do you not get it? Do you not understand? He's not moving the goalposts. He's probably talking about something that's probably going over your bald ass head, but we're going to let him cook some more.
And instead of you saying, you know what, you're right. You know what, I didn't know that or whatever. You move the goalposts because you don't like being wrong. What's your
See, now he's trying to undermine what he's saying, and that's some lame ass shit, Anton. Now that's lame. That's lame, and that's bitch shit. That is whole shit that you're doing. That is woman shit that you're doing, Anton. That's not how men do that. Now you talking about, oh, you don't like to be right. So now I'm gonna undermine you and make you take away your credibility. Like, that's lame. That's lame. Because now, no, you're the one who doesn't like to be wrong. Right? You haven't tackled even addressed anything that he is saying. Why not? Because it is you who don't like to be wrong. It is you who don't like to be challenged. And quite frankly, many people that you have on these panels don't have the intellectual abilities anyway, the capabilities to tackle what you're saying in the first place. But we're going to let them cook some more.
You're wrong. And so again, the man,
he was not wrong. He was not wrong in anything that he said. Much of this stuff you can look up.
Has been in office for 2 weeks, literally to today. We had an inauguration 2 weeks ago on a Monday, on January 20th.
The fuck does that have to do with anything, Anton?
He's done more in the last 2 weeks than I've probably experienced over the last 4 years with the Biden administration. And he's signed executive orders, made different countries bend a knee, start to make sure that we stop in the flow of it. We have a record low within the last 2 weeks of migrants crossing over into the border illegally. And so I don't really know what else you want him to
do. Who's even keeping track of that? Let's be real.
He's absolutely doing everything that he said that he was going to do on the campaign trail.
It's literally
he's just regurgitating, bro. Do you need a job at Fox News, Anton? Do you need a job at Fox News, Anton? What happened to independent media, Anton? Because now it just seems like you're just regurgitating everything that is being said on the conservative Trump side. That one seems like you're just regurgitating everything that Fox News has said, right? We need to fact check Anton ass, man.
Performative. Most fentanyl is
performative.
Yes, let me explain why.
He said that he was going to do on the campaign trail.
It's literally performative. Most fentanyl is
performative.
Yes, let me explain why. Most fentanyl is passed to.
See, then he do this little bro. Sit up, man. You doing all that laughing? Why? Why? Do you know these facts, Anton?
Bigger parts of entry by American citizens. It's not even migrants that are doing that.
So if you guys missed what he said that the people who are bringing in the drugs are not the illegal migrants. The people who are bringing the drugs in are U.S. citizens. I'm gonna rewind it back so you guys can hear him.
Yes, let me explain why. most fentanyl is passed to legal ports of entry by American citizens. It's not
Okay.
even migrants that are doing that. It's
Right.
American citizens that are going to Mexico, like China ships all the chemicals that they need to actually do the fentanyl. It's assembled on Mexico, and then American citizens go there, grab it, go to legal point of entry, and pass the drugs. Has nothing to do with migrants. It's just a show of let me go ahead and make him buckle. No,
Mm,
respectfully, this is deeper than that. American government, American bank.
That's what I said. This shit deeper. And he's right. It is deeper. This shit is performative. And only the normies can't see that. Only the general population can't see that. Bro, these are two but both parties are two, they're the same head, they're two heads to the same dragon. It is performative, right? Oh, he signed this executive order. He signed this executive order. Most of this stuff is going to get caught up in courts, which may be what he's trying to do in the first place. Most of these executive orders are going to get caught up in court because there's lower courts who've already blocked some of those executive orders in the first place, right? So let's break this down. So they said that a lot of the conservative base like to say Obama did this and Obama did that, and Obama was the worst president and all this type stuff, right? But they don't like to talk about that. Obama shipped more illegals back to where they came from than the previous Trump administration did. Nobody likes to talk about that. They like to talk about all the negative this and negative that, but then they don't give them credit for shipping people back to where they came from. Listen, this is how I look at it. Until Trump hits those Obama numbers, right? This stuff is performative, right? And this is coming from somebody who checked that box for Trump. Until Trump hit those Obama numbers, this shit is performative. You damn Skippy. It's performative until he hit those same numbers or more, preferably more than Obama did, then that's when we can talk. But he's right. He's right. Most of the drugs that are coming through at the legal port of entry. The drugs are not coming through little, they're not jumping the fence and tunnels. Yeah, although that may be true, but most of it is coming from the legal ports of entry, and it is US citizens who are doing it.
Banks are still laundering the money of cartels. They got caught a couple of months ago. American
So,
agencies are
so what
still,
you? So I don't.
huh?
I don't know where you're getting this information from. You must have some inside information that I don't have.
Wait, so you
But
so
but
you,
wait wait
so
wait
you
wait wait
didn't
wait.
know that?
Hold on. Give me a second.
Mm.
So you don't like none of the moves that Trump has done over the
So
last two
now
weeks
you
to stop
moving
all of this.
so now you moving the goalpost. Okay. Is this inside information, gentlemen? Is this inside information? Okay. Let's look at some facts real quick. Let's pull some of this stuff up, right? Let's pull some of this stuff up. Okay, here we go. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. This is inside information, right? Anton is talking out of his ass. But data from the US Customs and Border Protection, CBP, and other federal agencies show the vast majority of fentanyl comes from legal ports of entry, and the people bringing it into this country are native born Americans. Anton, are you not doing your research, Anton? Are you not doing your due diligence, Anton, or are you just a Fox News puppet, Anton? I'm starting to believe that you're just a Fox News puppet at this point, Anton. That you just a bootlicker, Anton. Listen, I'm a free thinker. Everybody can get it. But it seems as though you like to it seems though you have been passing off a certain narrative as of late, Anton, right? And it seems as though you're leading the people wrong, Anton. Approximately 80% of people persecuted and convicted of federal drug trafficking offenses were U.S. citizens, according to the Tara McGrath, U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of California. Anton, this is public records, Anton. This is out here, Anton. So what are we talking about? What else it says? Federal records show more than 90% of fentanyl, cocaine, heroin, and methamphetamines is seized at legal border crossings or border checkpoints on major roads along the border. Bro, what are we talking about? See, y'all be listening to these big YouTubers. That's what I be talking about. When y'all be listening to these gang coaches, right? These PUA coaches, these big YouTubers who be speaking on some of these things, some of these matters, and they really don't know what they be talking about because they be picking sides, bro. They be leading y'all wrong. They're leading y'all wrong. All right. Let's go back and let them continue.
Okay,
No,
cool. Again,
that's not what
wait,
I said, Anton. That's not what I said.
give me a
And
second.
he's putting words in his mouth. That is not what he said.
None of the moves that Trump has done over the last 2 weeks to stop all of this stuff from happening at the border. Okay,
No,
cool. Again,
that's not what I said, Anton. That's not what I said.
That's not
give
what
me a
he
second.
that is not what he said.
Let me ask my question. What do you propose that Trump do that he hasn't done over the last 2 weeks in order to make sure that we make sure our borders are secure?
So now you moving the goalpost. You didn't tackle anything that he said. So now you moving the goalposts. Okay. Right. Right. Okay.
No,
What would you propose?
he should reinforce the border with his own people because they are working for
Just
you.
did.
They're not working for like
He
you are.
literally did.
No,
He's sending
Anton.
American troops in addition to requiring Mexican troops to be at
Anton.
the border also. I don't understand.
All the presidents been doing that. All presidents
they
been
have not.
sending. Yes, they
No, they-
did.
no, they
All
have not.
presidents been sending people to the border. The thing is, what is parading as a win is they send 10,000 military people of their own. It's like you telling the burglar, please protect my house. When you're not there, he's going to actually get into your house.
But you're saying that he should send more troops to the border and what else?
I said, if you want to actually save and guarantee that your house is guarded, you don't tell the people that are literally being bribed, the people that are bribed, the people that are being they've answered to actually let the shit go. You don't clap it as a victory because that makes no sense. That's not going to enhance it. You know what I want you to do? Like this is what I want Trump to do. Okay, you want me a roadmap? I'm going to give you a roadmap, right? If American companies are sending guns in mass to these cartels. These cartels are starting to actually get a tremendous amount of power because they can enforce the violence towards their citizens. And now these citizens are fleeing to the United States and are getting into inside of the border and actually going to the United States. I want the United States to do the same thing I want them to do to the refugees. Stop financing this shit. Stop invading these countries. Stop doing the imperialism. You are literally funding Al Qaeda.
So
you are
you
funding. Let me finish, please.
Are you familiar
You
with
are
the fact
funding your
Let him finish, Anton.
enemies. So instead of
Are
going
you
and putting a
familiar with the
patch,
fact that he literally cut off aid to all other countries? Literally.
there's official. That's not what it is, Anton. Like the United.
Anton is missing a point, bro. And this is really terrible. This is really terrible, Anton. This shit terrible, Anton. He is not talking about US aid, which is humanitarian efforts, supposedly, right? Humanitarian efforts. Now, some of those funds have been misused and misappropriated, right? We can acknowledge that. However, U.S. aid is supposed to be for humanitarian efforts. You missed everything that this man has said. What he is saying is the migrant crisis has been created almost on purpose, right? United States and the Western world has created an issue in the world. And then when that issue starts to hit homeland, the mainland, then it becomes another issue that they try to pass off as not being our issue, right? He is saying United States and the West has taken part in invasions. They've taken part in undermining countries. They've taken part in taking out leaders of countries and putting leaders that are going to do the United States bidding, or matter of fact, who's going to do the bidding of the corporations industrial complex, or the corporate industrial complex. United States have done a lot of things that is on record, right? And what he is saying is, if you want to stop the migrant crisis, if you want to stop the flow of migrants, stop destabilizing countries. Is that not hard to understand? Is that not hard to understand? If you want to stop the migrant crisis, stop destabilizing these countries. Stop going into these countries. Stop allowing U.S. interest countries, U.S. corporate entities into these countries, using and abusing their power and money to put leaders in power who are going to do their bidding and not do what's in the best interest of the people who are in those countries. So it's a double whammy. Am I saying by any means that people should be crossing the border illegally? No, that's not what I'm saying. But the United States try to act complicit in all of these issues. They try to whoa, where are all the migrants coming from? Where are they? They're just invading our country. No, see, the normie minds think that. The general population think that. They think that these issues are just something that just they're in a far, far away land that has nothing to do with it. But little do most people know, because most people are stupid, most people are dumb. Little do the majority of people know that United States and the West has literally manufactured these issues. They have manufactured these issues, and that is what the guy Fatty is talking about. These issues are manufactured. So if the issues are manufactured, well, that has to mean that most of the things that are being done, they are performative. They are performers. Look, this is a classic divide and conquer, right? It's a classic divide and conquer. Have the general population point finger at the migrants to take the heat off the people who are really pulling the strings and who we should really be attacking. Classic. Classic.
United States
So where are
biggest
you getting
problem.
your information from? Because all I
No,
see
that's
is him
hey, Anton.
literally going through every agency and cutting off funding. He's cutting off
That's not what
funding.
he's saying. He's saying hold the corporations accountable who are going into these countries. Come on, bro, Anton. Anton, this is horrible, bro. You said where is he getting his information from? He's getting it from the exact same place that I'm getting my information from. He's getting it from the exact same place I'm getting my information from. Approximately 80% of the people persecuted and convicted of federal drug trafficking offenses were U.S. citizens, according to the U.S. Attorney of the Southern District of California. Federal records show more than 90% of the fentanyl, cocaine, heroin, methamphetamines, basically all drugs, is seized at legal border crossings or border checkpoints on major. Do we need chat GBT to cross-reference? Right? Let's go ahead and bring chat into this conversation. All right, here we go. So chat says, yes, the majority of individuals involved in drug trafficking in the United States are U.S. citizens, according to the Sentencing Commission data from fiscal year 2020. Approximately 80.1% of drug trafficking offenders were U.S. citizens. Anton, focusing specifically on fentanyl, a potent synthetic opioid, U.S. citizens play a significant role in its trafficking. In 2021, U.S. citizens accounted for 86.3% of fentanyl trafficking convictions, a figure 10 times higher than that of illegal migrants convicted for the same offense. Come on, Anton. These statistics highlight that U.S. citizens are predominantly responsible for drug trafficking activities within the country. Come on, man. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? And as far as the bank that he was talking about, that's an easy research. That's an easy research. And this is just a bank that got caught, right? This is just a bank that got caught. Let's stop this screen, and we're gonna bring up the other screen. Show you this real quick, right? A big U.S. bank laundered billions, right? Billions from Mexico's murderous drug gangs, right? You can look this stuff up. and I believe it was U.S. Bank. I believe. Let's check and see. Did U.S. Bank launder money? A U.S. bank has admitted to helping criminal networks in Colombia launder hundreds of millions of dollars in dirty money. This is just who got caught. This is just who got caught. Hold up, y'all didn't see that. Add to stage right here. A U.S. bank has admitted to helping criminal networks in Colombia launder hundreds of millions of dollars in dirty money. Come on, Anton. What are we talking about? What are we talking about, Anton?
To every other country in the form of foreign aid. He's cut off NATO. He's cut off everything. So he's cut off funding. This is what you asked for. You asked for troops at the border. He's done that already. He's cut off funding to foreign countries. He's done that already. He's cut off funding to NATO. Yep. And the World Health Organization. He's cut off funding to everybody. And he's levied tariffs against these countries and told them to take their people back. So what is it that he's not? So you saying it's just performative? He didn't really do this stuff.
Not what he said. Yes, that is what he has literally done. He has signed things into executive order. He has threatened countries with tariffs. Yes, that's what he has literally done. And look, you got yes people all about, like, he got a bunch of yes men and women all around him. And Anton got a bunch of yes people around him. Like I said, there's nobody who can challenge Anton, right? The people that's around him, they can't match his intellect. I'm not saying that Anton isn't smart. Anton is smart, but I believe that he is failing to do his due diligence just to push off a narrative. I don't know if he needs a spot at Fox News. I don't know if he is trying to, push off something. I don't know what is his point, right? What is his point in not doing his research? What is his point in clearly not answering and being direct to the facts that he has said? These are facts that he is saying. Anton, what you're saying is factual, but it is things that was literally done, right? Just like I picked up this coffee cup, right? I literally did that. But you're not tackling the research that is clearly out there. That is clearly out there. You're not doing the research, Anton.
I'm saying is the problem is deeper than that. This is the official money. This is the money. Now listen.
And see, look, yes, boy. Look at classic Coles. You're a yes man. You sitting up there laughing with Anton. See, this is why. Look, people can be bought. Their loyalty can be bought. The side that they pick can be bought. I believe Anton is bought. There's this whole panel. Anton bought them, right? They don't have the mental capabilities to debate with Anton. They don't have the mental capabilities to go toe to toe with Anton. He down there laughing like a little do boy, right? Go ahead and unzip Anton's pants too, do boy. Like he down there laughing like he ain't talking about nothing. He's talking about facts that y'all can clearly do the research on. I'm disappointed in this, but we're just gonna end the video at this. We got to start addressing these YouTubers, these big YouTubers who too big for their britches now, who think they can get on here, pass off narratives, and push off points of views without doing any research, without doing any backing, and they think that just because you chose a side, that side can't do any wrong. Nobody's above reproach. Just because you voted for somebody, it doesn't mean that you can't criticize them. Right. And much of Trump base, much of the MAGA base, they don't criticize Trump. They don't criticize the right. Nothing they do can be wrong. And the same thing can be said about the left. The left does the same thing. That's why I don't agree with any party. Right. I picked a person that could possibly turn this country around. But all of these people are the same. All of these people are the same. People pick sides, people pick narratives to run with. They're not thinking objectively. It's just like, oh, Trump can't do no wrong. He did this, he did that. Right. And that's it. He's above he's above criticism. He's above reproach. Am I missing something? Anton, I thought you were independent media. I thought you were independent news, Anton. I thought you was a free mind, Anton. I thought you was a free thinker, Anton, but it's clearly looking like you have been bought, Anton. And I'm gonna leave it at that. And this is an after pill. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.